One. What's happening, YouTube? I bet you thought you would never see this happen 2 days in a row. We got the original members of the Life Gain Avengers in the building. It's me, the living legend Larry, and that tough kid from Detroit, T Streams. What's happening, partners?
What up, though? What's up, everybody?
Yo, man.
You know what this feels like? This feels like a Jackson reunion. It feels like a DX reunion. It feels like when the Horsemen got back together in WCW, that we got all the kings on the stage at one time. Feels good to have you guys back. And let me just tell you guys what we're doing on this show today. Robinhood, my stock trading platform, they're under assault again, ladies and gentlemen. They also sent me something because I'm what they call a platinum member. Let me get this in the camera. So they sent me this little appreciation box, and I'll show you guys what's in it. And I'll tell you guys how my daughter messed me up and got me into buying a call when I was trying to sell a put. But you know what? It worked out. We've also got, we're going to discuss a little bit of power. We got some fan theories, and I got some more information about Tommy's show. We are going to review episode number 2 of Shameless, season 11, the final season. And episode 2 was very good. It was funny. It was entertaining. There were some parts I didn't like. We've got to cover that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we got one other thing. How would you guys feel about seeing Amanda Nunes fight Jake Paul? Keep in mind, the woman's name is Amanda. So that's to tell you guys how I feel about the whole situation. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. So Larry, which one should we do first? We're going to save power for last. So out of all the stories, should we go ahead and get the financial story out the way?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let me talk about what's going on with Robinhood. And before I do, I would like to show you guys how my daughter got me hung up. My daughter got me hung up in an option that I didn't plan on doing, and it's called buying a call. And the difference between buying a call and selling a put, when you do a put, let me just put this on the screen real quick. When you do a put, ladies and gentlemen, you are securing a whole contract of stock, which is 100 shares or whatever the stock may be. And you are basically saying that you don't think that the stock price is going to drop below what you do as a strike price. That's a put. The distant but close cousin to that is buying a call. And this is my second time doing this. And what I did was today, and this is all the data right here. I bought a whole contract of PayPal at a strike price of $225. That cost me $445. One of the differences between buying a call and selling a put, I could lose this $445 because I did an expiration date of this Friday. Whenever you are buying calls, you want to set your expiration date as far as possible so that the stock has time to possibly drop and go back up. Now, I'm not worried about that with PayPal because they're on a tear. Today was not a good day in the market, and they went up. And look at my gain. I made $158 just by buying this call. The market value is 603 right now. That's the difference. So when you buy a call and you pick a certain strike price, you're going to get a full contract, and you're going to get the difference between the market value of the contract you bought versus what it is now. So I'm in the good 150 already, and I'm hoping it goes up some more tonight. When you do decide to buy a call, if this thing doesn't get to your price point and it expires, you lose whatever money you put down. So for me, I would lose $445. The difference between this and you selling a put, you're not going to necessarily lose your money when you're selling a put, but you're going to be stuck with the stock, and you have to wait for the stock to either go back to the price that you bought it at, that you got stuck with it at, or you turn around and sell calls. So what a lot of these day trading dudes do, they see where the momentum is going, and they buy like 4 or 5 contracts or something like this. So, if I would have bought 5 contracts of this, you multiply that 158 by 5, and I could have got out today. And so that's one thing that's going on in my portfolio. And the other thing that I did today that I told Larry about, and let me get to my homepage. I came down here and I bought one reopening stock called bookings.com. They do Priceline, they do Open Table, and here it is right here. I bought one share of this, and the reason why I bought it is because look at this history. In a week, they went up $19. In a month, it went up 37. 3 months, it went up $300, and in a year, it's going up 115. The main reason I bought it is because I'm going to be selling secured puts on this stock, and the reason why is when you come in here and you look at this premium, ladies and gentlemen, this premium is unbelievable. This is a step before I decided to do Amazon puts. So the premium on this thing, if I was to do, let's say I picked this number, this strike price of $2,090. They're paying $1,840 for 2 days.
Wow.
If I was to do this out for a week, let's say I wanted to do it till next Thursday. Let's take a look at what they'll pay you. You're going to get paid basically $4,000 if I want to extend this to next Thursday. This is the power of the stock market, ladies and gentlemen. This is why if you've got idle cash sitting around, take that idle cash and do options on quality stocks such as Booking, such as Amazon, such as Chipotle. They pay you fat daddy premiums, and people like me today, what I did, I bought a call, which was the premium that this person right here would be getting paid. So that's what happened with me today in my stock story. The next thing that's going on, ladies and gentlemen, Larry sent this to me today, and I said, "Man, here we go with them old school dudes." The Massachusetts regulators are filing a complaint against Robinhood, and here's the story right here. The accusation from Massachusetts center on the tactics that the company uses to keep customers engaged, claiming that it encourages customers to use the platform constantly through what it calls gamification. Ladies and gentlemen, why is it that people like them get to make up words? And I'll keep going. The complaint alleges that through the promise of free stock, push notifications, and the signature digital confetti, Robinhood encourages continuous and repeated engagement with its application. State regulators allege Robinhood allowed one customer with no investment experience to make more than 12,700 trades in over 6 months. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is that about? I mean, for real, what the hell? You can do the same thing on any of the other trading platforms. Me and Larry will tell you what this is about. This is about the big boys are upset that Robinhood is allowing people to do trades absolutely free. And the momentum has been so huge for Robinhood this year. They are about to go IPO next year. Now, this one idiot that lost all his money doing all these trades, I did some digging. I found out that his family is rich and they're in bed with the Massachusetts legislatures. And not to mention, a couple of your financial institutes are housed in the Boston area. You've got a JP Morgan up there. You've got Chase Bank up there. None of them want to see Robinhood make this push because it takes money out of their pocket. Having said those things, Larry, I give it to you.
Well, two things. One, if you made 160, what they say, the dude made 167 trades or 167,000 trades. What was it?
12,700.
So, dude, I mean, you make that many trades in that short of time, you're experienced at that point. You basically have decided you were going to become experienced in a very short period of time. But I will say this, though, about some of the other brokerages, because I have an account at Robinhood, also at TD and at Schwab. And some of the other brokerages put guardrails on your account. So, like, there are some things, if you go and day trade with TD, and you haven't had an open account with them very long, or you haven't made a certain number of trades, or you don't have a certain amount of money in your account, they will send you a message at the end of the trading day telling you, that what you did was day trading, and if you are going to day trade on the platform, you need to have either made a certain number of trades, or you need to have a certain amount of money in your account.
Okay,
or you
so
need to have your
that brings me to Robinhood does the same exact thing. Next question.
Well, if that's the case, and I mean, they do the same thing as far as like with options. They make sure that, they don't just give you, like when I opened up my Robinhood account, I think I filled off a couple check boxes and they were like, cool, you're approved for options. And I don't feel like it's that easy with TD and Schwab. I feel like you need to go in and you have to have a certain amount of money in your account, and then you have to actually request to be able to trade options, and you have to, and I think you have to have your account open for a period of time or something. There are some other requirements. I feel like they do have a few more guardrails.
I just got a TD account, and they didn't require me to do none of that. The only thing they asked me to have is $3,000.
Yeah, maybe they changed some stuff there.
And let me tell you about Robinhood, because I know the rules with Robinhood like it's the back of my hand. If you have less than $25,000 in your account, you can't do day trading. Period. You get 4 tries at day trading, then they would not only do they send you a message, but they suspend your use of the account. The only thing you can do is withdraw your money if you get caught day trading under $25,000 in your account. So
you can't round trip something?
What'd you say?
So you can't round trip something? Let's just say you bought let's say you got in on an IPO in the morning time and it was at like $50, and then and at 3 o'clock it's up to $250. You can't pull your profits because they'll consider it day trading?
If they give you 4 of those if your account is under 25 grand. You can pull your profit on the 4th one, yes. So whatever action you started on number 4, you can finish that action. But after that, your account is suspended. Only thing you can do is withdraw your money and add money to the account. That's it.
So what do they consider day trade? I mean, can you sell if you buy today and sell tomorrow? Do they still consider it a day trade?
No, that's not a day trade. You could buy it today.
So what exactly are they? What exactly is the legislature trying to accomplish? With what exactly are they trying to accomplish? Are they trying to regulate it a little bit more, or make them? What kind of changes are they actually trying to get them to make? If it's something that's if they already have their own rules set in place, what are they actually pushing for?
They're trying to take more money out of their pocket the same way they've done all the other tech companies. Robinhood just got finished paying Texas or somebody $1.2 million because they tried to say that they are making investing too easy. I can't make this stuff up. They literally said in the legislation, you made investing too easy in Texas. So to settle this situation, Robinhood wound up paying $1.2 million. When in the beginning they was trying to hit him in the head for it was somewhere like $200 million, something stupid like that. So and Robinhood made the same claim I would have made if I was legislating for them. So you guys are willing to say that if someone has $50,000 versus the man that have 500, that 50,000 gives him quote unquote experience? No. For all you know, this brother with the $500 could have been paper trading somewhere else. You don't know that man's experience. But most of these brokerages, pretty much all of them, if you have XYZ amount of dollars, they give you the privileges of someone who's experienced. And like Robinhood said in their last litigation, that's bogus. But we put it in there because we seen all the other brokerages using that as a way to self-regulate. So in all honesty, T-Streams, all this is a cabal of the people running these old brokerages upset at the momentum of Robinhood because their Robinhood has added in 1 year I mean, literally in 1 year, 20 million new accounts in a year. In a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it's
That's a
all
lot of
about.
damn money.
It's
That's a lot of money on their books.
And because they think that
Yeah,
I'm such a nice guy, they sent me this. And let me show you what's in here.
Yeah.
They sent a brother some
Because you're a
socks.
nice guy.
They sent a brother some socks. Okay.
I like that.
And they sent a brother. This is a charger, a wireless charger for any cell phone. Yeah, man.
Nice.
And then they even said, hold up. Let me get this camera angle right. They even said, thank you, Lamont. This thing says, thank you, Lamont, for all you've done for the Robin Hood team. You are a gold member. Make sure you stick around for what's to come. And Larry, get this. You know how me and you've been complaining about we want the private investor rate for IPOs?
Right.
You getting it.
Oh, they're going to allow you to do that, huh?
They're going to allow us to do it.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So, damn on that. Leave Robin Hood alone.
I mean, Robin Hood has done some really good stuff for the consumers, anyways, because you don't have Robin Hood and Webull and some of these other sort of really trendy, popular, millennial-ish trading brokerage houses. They've really pushed the envelope as far as making sure people can trade fee free, so you don't have to pay people per trade. Because when I first started my account, you had to pay per trade. So I wasn't trading, I wasn't buying little, I didn't really feel that like I wanted to buy some of these cheap stocks. Like I couldn't do some of the stuff that I do today. Like I don't want to forget about a stock, so I buy one stock so it's in my account. I couldn't do that because you go and say, okay, well, I want to buy a $20 stock just so I don't forget it's in my account. Well, now I had to pay a $5 fee on top of that. I have to figure that whatever I make on that stock, I need to make enough to pay for that share and for that fee.
Right.
So,
and nobody is more notorious for buying one stock so that I don't forget about it in case I want to do anything with it than me.
I got that from you.
Exactly. And Howard McQuarter's doing. There's a whole lot of people that follow this channel that do it so that you can learn how that stock manipulates. You can see how it ebbs and flows through the years and through the months. And then when you're ready to make a play on it, you hit it like Amanda Nunes is going to hit Jake Paul. And so I'll go ahead and careen us to that story since I done hit it out the park anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got a fight on our hands. Amanda the Lion Nunes came out recently and said she wants to fight Jake Paul. Now, y'all remember after Paul beat up Nate Robinson, he set his sights on former UFC champ Conor McGregor. May not get the wish, but another UFC champ is willing to take McGregor's place. That would be women's bantamweight and featherweight champion Amanda Nunes. Now, keep in mind her name, ladies and gentlemen. Let me let y'all see my face. Amanda Nunes wants to take on Jake Paul. The fight was suggested by UFC president Dana White, who said he was thinking of letting Amanda Nunes knock Paul's ass out. White's comments didn't come unprovoked. Paul called out both McGregor and White after they didn't respond to Paul's fight offer. In a profane video, Paul said McGregor and White were scared and urged both men to sign the effing contract, you idiots. When asked about that video, White, who probably wasn't being 100% serious, brought up Nunes. T-Streams, I'm going to give it to you first since you're in the home of boxing. Would you like to see a fight with Amanda Nunes against Jake Paul?
The Lioness.
The Lioness. Can you hear us, T-Streams?
Well, I think it'd be funny, man. I really hadn't even. Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't really been able to take these Paul brother fights too seriously, man. It's it's but and what would be funny is for them to get in the ring and for her to, her trains with men.
I know.
So yeah. So she might be able to make some easy pickings of him,
I mean,
but we got a lot of laughs off the last one with Nate Robinson, but and probably even get some more with his brother trying to fight
Floyd
Mayweather. But I think it'll be funny and entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah.
Larry, let me give you the tale of the tape, Larry.
So had you heard about that?
Yeah, I heard it. We talked about that last week. So Larry, Jake Paul is 6'1", and he weighs 160 some odd pounds. All right. Amanda Nunes, Larry. This is when she beat the hell out of Ronda Rousey. Amanda Nunes is 5'8" tall, weighs 135 pounds in the ring, but right now she weighs 140. She can kick the shit out of you. She can box the shit out you. She's a true warrior, and her girlfriend right here looks tougher than Jake Paul. But having said those things, Larry, let's not forget, even though Amanda wants to be the man in that relationship, her name is a man, for a reason. She is still a woman fighting a 6 foot tall dude. Do you give her a shot, Larry?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, if she gets in there, I mean, here's the thing. If she gets in there, obviously she's in there with a man, and he's gonna have that natural advantage of being physically bigger and stronger because he's a man.
Right.
However, she is a professional athlete. She is a professional fighter and a champion. And I don't see that dude winning that fight. In fact, if I was him, I would not even consider taking this fight. It is an absolute lose for him. With the exception of him making money, it's an absolute lose for him. Because if he wins the fight, people are just going to say, all you did was beat up a girl. And if he loses the fight, people are going to be like, you got your ass kicked by a girl. There's no winning for him.
Larry, wait a minute.
Right.
I know she's a girl, but she is a man, in the relationship.
Nah, son, I can tell you right now, if he knocks her out, all people are going to be like, damn, dude, you went out like a bitch. You knocked her out. Oh, you're not tough. I want to fight him now. He thinks he's tough because he's knocking chicks out. That's all people will say about him. And if he gets knocked out, people are just going to be like, man, you're a punk. You got knocked out by a girl. You need not ever step in the ring again. There is no winning for him in that fight. None.
So you think that he has more to lose than she does?
He has nothing he has nothing but loses in that fight. There is not a way he could win that fight. There is no way he can win that fight. Even if he wins that fight, he loses that fight.
Absolutely.
He can't win it.
So the next question to you,
Brazil just cranks him out.
Are you guys going to watch this fight? Because Amanda has a couple of chips on her shoulder, and she's been very vocal. Number one, she don't really care for white racist dudes. She's just straight up about that. She'll tell you right now. She'll kick you in your teeth. She don't care who you are. And number two, she's got the chip on her shoulder for white dudes, again, who want to talk SHIT about her being lesbian. And Jake Paul has been, and his brother have been accused of both of those things. So she really got some heat for this dude. Now, mind you, this ain't going to be UFC. This is going to be just a straight boxing match. And y'all still taking Amanda.
Yeah, I'm still taking her. But here's the problem. I'm not sure, like, unless this is going to be a real big money fight, like, unless they're going to pay her, tens of millions of dollars on the crazy pay-per-view it may bring, so that it makes it worth it for her financially. I don't even see how this fight does her any good, because let's just say she goes in there and she knocks dude clean out. Let's just say she goes in there and puts it on him and wears him out, knocks him out. She already is the most dominant female fighter in the UFC, and no one wants to fight her now. Who in the hell is going to want to fight her after she starts knocking dudes out?
Right.
I mean, for real, what woman's going to want to get in the octagon with her?
Wait, Larry, I got to pump the brakes on that one. It'd be different if she gets in a boxing ring and knocks out a professional male boxer. There are a lot of women in the UFC who think they can whip Jake Paul's ass, and I would bet money that some of those women who think they can whip his butt can actually whip his butt. So I don't see that being a feather in her cap to knock out Jake Paul. But if she was to get in a ring with, let's say she got in the ring with Roy Jones and knocked his ass out, then yeah, I would give your argument some credence. But there are plenty of women who feel like Ann Wolfe came out and dropped a tweet a couple of weeks ago that said she would get in the ring with Jake Paul. And I can tell you right now, even though Ann Wolfe is middle 40s, she would beat the living hell out of Jake Paul and probably 2/3 of the men on this planet in a boxing ring. And if y'all don't know who Ann Wolfe is, I know T Streams know. Look her butt up.
I just don't. I don't know, man. I understand what you're saying. The dude's a social media clown, but I still think there's something to be said that if she gets in there with a dude who's bigger and stronger than her, and she knocks dude out, I think there's gonna. I mean, she already has trouble getting fights in the UFC because no one wants to fight her. I think it's gonna make it that much harder, where people are just gonna be like, "Nah, fuck that." She's destroyed every woman in the octagon. Now she's beating dudes up in the boxing ring. There's every woman's gonna be like, there's no chance for me here. There's no chance. Any woman who's gonna fight her is just gonna do it so that they can take a shot at the belt. Not even really take a shot at the belt. They're just gonna do it so they can get that paycheck. But it's not even gonna be a good fight. I don't think it's good for her either. I think she needs to just go ahead. Maybe they can do an exhibition fight or something like Tyson and them do. Go get high before the fight. Go out there and move around a little bit and then leave. But man, because
that's definitely what it would definitely.
She's gonna probably hurt dude, and it's gonna hurt her career.
Go ahead, T Streams.
Yeah,
we'll see, man.
I mean, that you got a valid point. That could be one adverse consequence of that. But look at the last fight. How he was a little slouchy, not really. So I think on all aspects she has the up. I don't know if y'all can hear me or not. I just blanked out on my side.
Yeah, you've been freezing up a little bit. I'll tell you what I would like to see. This is a possibility that I wouldn't mind seeing with this. If she decides she wants to fight him, I wouldn't mind if she goes ahead and she fights dude, knocks him out, and then she decides, you know what? I'm going to stay in the boxing realm for a little while, since nobody really wants to fight me in the octagon anyways, and let her really train for like a good year, have a solid camp for like a good year, and then have her go in and fight Clarissa Shields. Because Clarissa Shields has been saying she wants to fight her, and Clarissa Shields even went over to one of Amanda Nunes' matches, one of her fights, and was like, "Yo, let's get it in." And Amanda Nunes was like, "If you want to fight, come into the octagon." She was like, "You're calling me out." She was like, "If you want to fight me, come into my world and fight." But I mean, that's one of those things. As hard as like Clarissa Shields has been boxing since she was like 8 years old or something, and Amanda Nunes has been doing MMA for that long. So it's not like either one of them can just be like, okay, I'll take, I'm going to learn all the skills necessary in a year. I mean, Clarissa Shields, her best, possibility of beating someone like Amanda Nunes in the octagon would be pretty much spending a whole damn year learning takedown defense and probably learning how to, get back up, takedown defense and how to get back up, because if she's going to get taken down, all those Brazilians know jiu-jitsu, they all do. So
Amanda know everything.
Clarissa Shields, but here's the other thing too. People underestimate boxers. People don't realize that when the boxing that most MMA fighters know is good for the average cat. If you run into an MMA fighter on the street, and they're probably going to box you up and knock you out. But you take someone who boxes and that's what they do. That's all they do. They're coming in there with a different level of skills. Those hand skills are different than what you do with the octagon. So, and people, that's another thing that's different with MMA. MMA is about fighting. It's fighting. Boxing is not. You're in there. It's a combat sport, but boxing is boxing. It's not. You're not scrapping and squabbing and elbowing people and kicking people in the head. You're scoring points. There are people that are knockout artists, but for the most part, people are scoring points, and that's why Floyd Mayweather was wearing what's his name out, because he wasn't trying to knock him out; he was just scoring points on him.
Mm-hmm. Well, but we've talked about enough, and we're gonna move on because we all in agreement. She's gonna beat the hell out of Jake Paul, and I'm here for it. I will be purchasing that fight. If they do this after Rona, we can have it at my house, fellas.
I wouldn't mind seeing it happen though, because if it happens, I think if when she wins, it just ups her stock more, so that if she decides she does want to fight Clarissa Shields, then we have what is as close as we're gonna get to a female super fight. Because otherwise, I feel bad for Clarissa Shields because she went to the Olympics, she won a gold medal.
Larry, cut it off right there, so we can stay on mission. Hey, I'm fine with all that, but it won't never about Clarissa Shields. We moving off. We moving on. Right. We moving to Shameless now. And you brothers did watch this last episode of Shameless, correct?
Yeah, I did get a chance to check.
So let's talk about the person, in my opinion, y'all might disagree, who stole the show. I actually have a clip of this young man that stole this episode for me.
Whoa, you can't do that either.
What, share my lunch?
No.
So it's okay for these underprivileged kids to starve because they don't want to eat the slop you give them?
Until they pay their lunch debt. That's all they get. Now close it down.
To donate food for my family's kitchen. Please, please, please. I'm just one man trying to make a difference. I won't take up any more of your time.
Damn, that's my boy. Damn, that's my boy. That's my boy Liam right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Shameless Season 11, Episode 2 was a pretty decent episode. That was one of my favorite parts. So you got the one black kid in the house. He's out here trying to capitalize on a bad situation.
Right.
In America, we did have these districts, Republican districts, might I add. I didn't find not one, and I looked this shit up. I didn't find not one Democratic district where they was withholding lunches from kids who couldn't pay their lunch debt. I looked it up when it was happening. And they're recreating this scenario with Liam. So Liam decides, hey, we got enough peanut butter and bread in the house. I'm going to take some and I'm going to sell them and give them to the people who can't afford it, right? Because this lady, she's giving them lunch, but she's giving them that government cheese. And if you grew up in me and T Streams and Larry era, they used to give out this damn block of cheese that was like, it was toe tapping. I mean, it was a block. And she's making them these damn hard ass butter sandwiches and then giving them water. So Liam is just basically trading his peanut butter sandwiches for whatever they got to try to help the people out. And you saw that speech. Larry, you first. What did you think about that scene with Liam, the entrepreneur, the Black Lives Matter mask?
Man, I was loving it. He was getting it. Dude's always got a hustle. He's always got a good, clean hustle on him.
Yeah.
I felt bad for those kids, not just because of what they had to eat, but man, they were straight shaming them. They had them with those stickers that said lunch debt.
Yeah, man.
I was like,
look,
man, it's like they put a scarlet letter on them or something.
And Larry, they was doing this. This was something that was done. They took this directly from some districts that did it. This was done in Massachusetts, speaking of which, one place it was done. Yes, they done this.
I mean, that's what. Could you imagine how embarrassing that must be as a kid? I mean, I remember when I was in school, there were kids like my neighbor, he used to be on his parents, I guess at some point, I don't know if they just didn't have money or something, but he was on one of those programs like a reduced cost lunch or free lunch or something. So he used to just go up there where everybody else would go and give him, you would go up there and give him your money, your 30 cents or whatever it was for lunch.
It was 35. I remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah, he used to go up there. He would go up there and sign his name and get his lunch. And everybody knew all the people that signed their name to get their lunch were on this program, that poor people's program, whatever it was. So they used to be embarrassed. I can only imagine how terrible that is if you end up with a damn sticker on you that says lunch debt. Man, that would be horrible. And kids are brutal too. Kids are brutal.
Yeah.
Man.
Extreme. What'd you think about the entrepreneur known as Liam?
Well, this honestly, man, this was the very first time I have even watched this show. After I hit you up and you told me, I went ahead and watched it. And I actually like the young fella. The statement that, I didn't know that this was pulled from like some type of realistic situation of sorts, but the way they pulled it off was actually neat. It was one of the few scenes that really made some straight genuine sense to me. That wasn't just too comical, but something that actually really has some type of true significance to it. And I'm gonna get a chance to check out some more. I'm gonna get a chance to check out some more of the episodes and try to look back and get a little bit more of the backstory, because I've always overlooked this show, but I found it quite entertaining with the development of characters and everything. But I tend to like the little guy.
Yeah, it's a
great show. This is the first episode. You have 11 seasons or 10 other seasons you get to enjoy, man. I'm kind of jealous.
Me too,
man. I wish I had 10 seasons of it right now.
And this is the type of series that is entertaining enough that you can go back and watch it twice. It's that good. It's that good. Now, Larry, we got to talk about the main character, William F. Macy. And he goes into business this episode, ladies and gentlemen, with Kev and Veronica. Man, now, ladies and gentlemen, this Veronica.
Yeah, she's a blazer.
That Kevin, he is dumb as a bunch of bricks that been shattered on your driveway. As William F. Macy's character is trying to do a split, Veronica's like, hell no, we splitting this 3 ways. And I didn't know, but we should have known, Larry, that he's a hustler. He's always been a hustler. But I didn't know he knew how to cook marijuana, because Kevin V, they're doing marijuana legally in their shop, and their supplier has run out. So
it's not exactly legal, but
you know what I'm saying.
I mean, because their bar is supposed to be shut down. They shouldn't even be having anybody in there.
And then they've got the gym next door.
Right.
Then they got the gym next door. But anyway, the marijuana is legal in Chicago, but they're supposed to be closed. And their supplier is gone, and they need Frank's help to get the marijuana. And Frank is promising that he can also make their goodies taste better. So they get Frank. They go meet up in the cut. Frank buys it from a crackhead. Frank goes in there and makes the most delicious brownies with marijuana you can ever make, using his secret recipe, which was use butter. Did you see that, Larry?
Right.
Infuse it with butter.
He did he put the weed in there and did a butter reduction in there with the weed.
Yeah.
So
and then they start selling it at the shop for double the price that they would normally sell, and it worked. And so as we move on through that story,
that's that premium.
Man, you got that right. That was that primo, man. He had edibles, he had brownies, the nigga had lollipops, he had everything. Frank had it all. And eventually they made good money, and Frank decides, you know what? I want to make my cut higher because I've done everything. And I'm thinking to myself, bruh, you still using our shop for your commerce. And so Kev and V decide they're going to cut him out and go back to the crackhead that they first got the marijuana from, only to find out Frank done bought her out, and now he's going to do a 70-30 split with them. Larry, I give it to you first. What do you think is going to happen with that business relationship?
Man, part of me doesn't feel bad for them at all, because as shady as Frank is, he was actually sort of being legit with them. He was like, look, this is what we're doing. And they were just like, because he's Frank, they tried to gank him, and I get why, because dude is shady as hell, but they should have just played it straight up. They should have just been like, look, man, here's the deal. Let's go ahead and keep it. Let's go ahead and keep it 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Here's, and just tell them, look, this is the thing. You're doing some of the cooking, and we're providing the place for you to sell it. You're not going to go sell your stuff on a street corner.
Nope. And that's how I feel they're going to wind up coming back to him anyway. Because at the end of the day, Frank ain't trying to sell his stuff on the street. I mean, I think they all did each other a favor, because technically they could have been hard on Frank. Look at the amount of money Frank has cost Kev and V in their bar over the years.
Right.
And doing it a third was fair and just, but now in traditional form, I've seen so many dudes who are these used car salesmen. When they do something right, they think they're supposed to be getting paid like they running a damn hedge fund. And that's what Frank has done. Frank think he running a hedge fund all of a sudden. And that's going to come to a head. And I'm going to give the first question to you on this next story, T-Stream. Larry, this one was funny, man. What about Carl? Carl's on
oh, man.
Carl is on his first day on the force, and that is David, ladies and gentlemen, from Scandal. That's David, the guy that's driving with Carl. His partner was David from Scandal. And he's teaching Carl the ropes as a police officer. His version of the ropes, which is be a lazy cop. That's his version of the ropes. And his version
of the ropes is stay alive. He's basically like, do not get out of the car and go home every day to your family. He was like, don't get out.
But Carl wanted smoke.
Yeah, he wanted some action.
He wanted action. Yeah,
I mean, from the moment he stepped out to take his morning jog to the end of the episode, he wanted some action. He was not pleased at all.
No, and the only action he got was at the end when he was in the bathroom with the girl that was at the bar. But
you know what's interesting, when they showed his partner over there, and I thought I really liked the way that Carl, spoke up for himself at the end of that shift when his dude was about to go home, and Carl was like, "Look, man, we didn't do jack shit all day. We stayed in the car. You're telling me about being a partner and being loyal and all." He's like, "I'm trying to be a good partner, so I didn't say shit. But it's your turn to be a good partner now and go buy me a damn drink after my first day on the job." So I like the way he spoke up for himself. But when they were over at the bar, it made me realize the reason why this dude may not ever get out of the car is because he might realize he is a freaking madman. Yeah. He might be one of them dudes that's a straight up lunatic, and if you let him off the leash, he's gonna go crazy. Because the way he was straight chugging that whole pitcher of beer, and then took that chick to the bathroom. Come on, son. That's not some normal everyday square biz dude.
Yeah, that's not your typical geek.
No. And not only is he married, ladies and gentlemen, but he chugged that beer and went in there, and he must have popped the Molly, popped the Viagra, because this is what happened to him. That girl said, my vagina killed him.
This brother came and went at the same time.
Yeah, man, and it takes a whole lot to do that. But I thought that dynamic between them is funny. And Larry, I can easily see that dynamic turning into something that's going to be a benefit to them both. Can't you see that coming down the pipeline?
Well, he's a known quantity. He's not like some unknown actor. So they're planning on keeping him around. They don't bring somebody like that in there for a cameo.
Right,
you know?
right.
So as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, he's going to be around for a minute.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely going to be around, we think. He didn't die in this scene, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to just let y'all know they did carry him out on a stretcher, but we did hear when they had him hooked up to the monitor, we did hear it flatline, but I don't think he's dead. I don't think her stuff that good. No way. I mean, look at it.
But though.
Oh, wait a minute. Not Larry. Oh, that's right. Larry like him tiny. I forgot. Okay.
Girls.
There you go. Larry like him nice and thin. So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another. It was another crazy, and this is the one that I see being diabolical, Larry. This shit right here with the Malkovich brother.
Oh, God. That dude's just out of control, man.
So he's married to the redhead Gallagher. He doesn't have a job. Okay. And the redhead Gallagher is trying to be responsible now. You know, he done got married. He said, we need to earn some money. And the old boy right here in the picture, just like, you know, he couldn't even tell this guy. This is an interview, ladies and gentlemen. This is an interview. He couldn't tell this guy his social security. He gave him 3 parts of the social security number and thought that was a social security number. 3 parts.
He was making it up at that. He was just like, the dude was like, okay, just bring it to me later.
Right. The guy asked him if someone needs to return some equipment back, what would you say to them? My man's going to say, I would say, well, how did you steal it? Why is there blood covered all over this saw? This is an interview, people. This is a damn interview.
He straight threw me off when I first saw him. I was like, he's a little different. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's different. He's very different.
He straight jacked that dude's tow truck and went over there and took that whole dumpster full of stuff.
Yeah. So his boyfriend, his husband, is working at a shop where they take food that has expired and they throw it away. And so instead of working for them, this guy right here, Malkovich, decides he's going to steal a tow truck. He's going to go and get those dumpsters, and he's going to make money by selling those to chefs. And that's exactly what he did. But of course, his husband is not happy about that. Larry, I see a crack in the armor with them. Something's got to give. Who's going to give?
Oh, man, it's hard to tell because, you know, those two will go at it. They will fight. They'll break each other's bones. Hell, they'll shoot each other, and then they'll be in bed again later on that night. So,
yeah,
you know,
that's true. That's true.
That was hard to say. I don't see the Malkovich dude getting a square of his job. He's going back to something. The only way that I think those two would break up is if what's his name went and robbed somebody and got caught and got sent back to jail. Because then I think dude would just be like, man, I'm done. I told you to stay. I told you to stay up out of jail. I told you to get a square job. And instead, you want to do some dumb stuff and go back to jail. I think that might be the only thing that breaks him.
Yeah, I could agree. Something along that line would probably be the thing that set them apart. But you can tell that the husband right here is getting more and more frustrated because at the end of the show, Malkovich was jacking off to a Benjamin Franklin and then throwing the dollar bills on top of him as he was doing run up, sit up punches.
Right.
Bruh. Larry, that's going to end explosively. You mark my words. I don't know how, but it's going to be something crazy. And then there was one more story I wanted to cover. This thing right here.
I knew something was up when they threw that when Lip came home and that window was broken and he went in the house and no one had stolen anything.
Yep.
I was like, okay, something's weird because if somebody would have broke into that house, they had all that. He had all that paint and all that painting equipment and all the construction stuff that you've been with. They didn't take anything. I was like, something's off with that.
And you got lead, you got all kinds of stuff in there. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lip, and they live in a black neighborhood in Chicago. And this lady right here pushing her dog is the one who's responsible for throwing this trash in his yard, throwing the brick through his window, because Lip and his baby mama have tried to make their house look as nice as possible. And the black people in this community don't want the house looking nice because they're afraid it's going to raise the price of the taxes, raise the price of the properties. And a lot of Anglo-Saxons have been moving into this community, basically taking over, which is why you see at the end of this episode, Lip decides to make his house look bad by spray painting "Go Home Gentrifier" and the wife spray painted a penis leaking sperm on the other side. T-Street, what was going through your mind? What was going through your mind when you saw all that squirting and leaking?
Man, I tell you, it was there was a lot of shockers in this episode. You know, this was one hell of a breakout episode to break me into this to this show here. I'm looking, I'm sitting up on my couch like, what the, huh? A lot of this stuff I'm looking at like, hold on, from the very beginning, and I think that's what caught me, because it was a lot of strange and unorthodox stuff going on. I wasn't aware of what to expect anyway, because I don't even think I've seen any previews or anything for the show. I just cut it on and started watching it. And when I see things like that, I'd be like, hold up. What?
Oh man, if you think this is bad, you have to go back to the earlier seasons.
Oh my God, man.
No, I can only imagine. I can only imagine what to expect. This episode has definitely set a track for me to get my mind prepared.
Get right. Get yourself together, brother.
Because it don't look like it's no holds bars on this one.
And no, it ain't. They don't hold no punches on this one. And Larry, what you think about my girl Debbie? Poor thing. She's basically trying to live through her child vicariously. Her daughter, she had this big to-do about a princess party because that's what she wanted. The daughter didn't care for the princess party. The daughter wanted the Dracula outhouse. The daughter could have called up T-Streams and had a good time. That's what they could have done. They could have called up T-Stream. He would have rolled up there with his equipment. The daughter would have been straight. And you can kind of see that there's a rift between Debbie and the daughter, because Debbie has this vision of what she wants her daughter's life to be like, and the daughter wants something else. How do you think that's going to end, Larry?
Yeah, the daughter, when you listen to her and see the way she responds to certain things, she seems like a straight up Gallagher, like you would expect a Gallagher to be. Mm-hmm. And Debbie doesn't want that. Debbie wants Debbie wants her little girl to want what she wanted, which is to have like her little princess party and be a little pretty cute girl, and her daughter's not like that, you know.
And did you see when the Malkovich popped into the princess party and brought her some toy guns, and she just bounced? She was like, the hell with this princess party. I'm going with Uncle Malkovich with these guns. Yeah.
I'm not even sure they were toy guns. They might have been real.
No, they had like those plastic caps on the end, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They had the plastic caps on the end. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen Shameless, this is one of the most binge-worthy shows you've been missing out on. It took Larry, it took my friend Angela, and it took Crystal to convince me to watch it. And once I watched the season, I was hooked ever since. Get on it.
If you get enough, if you watch all of this and you still need more, Go check on. I think it's on Netflix or Hulu. One of them. You can watch the original version, which is the UK version.
Right.
And they have like 17 seasons on the UK version, and it's good too.
Same cast?
No, it's the original cast from Britain, and the father. Woo! The father in that show, boy, he is as big a mess as Frank is.
Wow. Fellas, y'all know who this guy is right here, don't you?
That's Holly's boyfriend, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, there go Holly right there. See, you think you're gonna get me. I got a picture ready for everything. Well, you know how the talk has been that his show was gonna be in California, right?
Right.
Scratch that. Here it is. Star Power spin-off series lands in Chicago. Larry, Joseph Sikora, the actor, is really and truly from Chicago. And so they decided to make the franchise go to Chicago. And I'll read a little bit of what they're saying. The next major franchise to land in Chicago is here. The popular Star Wars franchise, Power, will be sending its highly anticipated spin-off series, Power Book 4, Force, to the Windy City with Chicagoans in key roles across the board. Born and raised in Chicago, Power star Joseph Sikora will reprise his role as Tommy Egan and serve as the focal point of Force, which will chronicle Egan's life after leaving New York in the original TV series. Larry, I know you're not happy about that, but what do you think about Power Force being in the Chi? Will he hook up? Will we see him go see V? Will he go see Kevin? Will he meet Keisha from the Chi? Will he meet Cal from the Chi? Larry, what? Oh, Lord, Larry ain't, oh, God. Larry mad they not going to California. Go ahead, Larry.
I mean, they could have gone somewhere else besides Chicago. They could have gone to California. They could have gone to New Orleans. They could have gone down to the dirty down, somewhere else, But I mean, Chicago. They could have gone to Memphis. I mean, there's a lot of places they could have gone. They could have gone to the Lou. Anywhere. Why Chicago though? I mean, there's enough. The only reason why I want to see him going to Chicago is maybe they can do a power Chi mashup, and then he can get back together with what's her name, Lala, since they killed her off in the and they killed her off on Power. He can get back with her again on.
Oh God!
Exactly.
Well, when you think of big time mobsters and the cities that they were in, you think of New York, you think of Chicago, you think of St. Louis.
I don't think of Chicago for big time gangsters. I think of Chicago for like street gangs, and
that's not a gangster.
It is gangster, but it's not big time gangster. I always think of street gangs as like small time dudes that work for the big guys. I don't think of them as big time dudes.
Exactly. Well, you can think about some of your biggest mobsters in history. The Gottis. I can't think of my man's name from Chicago. Some of your Al Capone. Some of your biggest gangsters have been in New York, Chicago. You had Homeboy in Miami.
Yeah, Chicago has a pretty rich mobster history. I'm just glad that they coming back with it. They could have took it any place. I don't, so I guess they're just going to leave it hanging in the air that we thought that he went to LA, but he actually didn't. He ended up in Chicago.
Well, man, G-Streams, think about if they had went to Miami. Think about, I mean, they tried to make Power so sexy all the time with all those scenes between Angela and Ghost and Tasha and whoever she was getting with at the time. And they're always getting it in. Imagine how much sexiness is already alive and well in Miami, and how much they have material they would have had to work with. I mean,
check out what my man Ronald Cameron is saying. Wasn't Jason based out of Chicago? Maybe he'll take over Jason's spot. That's a good point. Maybe that's how Tommy's going to get his connect now. He's going to take that little spot over. That's a great point, my family.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna get a new car? Because is he gonna sit up there in Chicago with all that snow and let that salt mess up his undercarriage on that classic?
I mean, man, look,
because he sure as hell not gonna be able to drive it around like he does.
Hey, Larry, he just left New York. New York gets snow.
Man,
he just left Larry, you just mad. You up here. You sound like a hater. You come up here with all this.
I fully admit I'm hating. I'm hating. I don't want him to go to Chicago. I want him to go somewhere else.
Well, Larry, maybe they will make a Power Book 5 and it'll go to California or Miami. Because you know I'm down for the Miami. Send it to Miami.
Miami would have been dope, yo. That would have been Miami would have been on point. They should have done Miami. I would have been down for that. I would have liked to see Miami, LA. They could have done some, hell, Vegas would have been cool even.
We'll see. We'll still watch it. And I got one last final point we want to cover, and that is, who is Kane shooting at, ladies and gentlemen? The theory. We'll throw your theories out there and we'll get out of here on this. This is what a fan said. Kane going to shoot Zeke by mistake and destroy his career chances of being in the NBA. Or he's going to shoot and scare him after a dunk, and he falls on the ankle, and the saga continues. Now, I don't know what they mean. He's going to shoot him, scare him in the crowd, because that ain't happening, because we've seen where Kane is shooting at. Kane is shooting in the stairwell. So the question comes, who is he really shooting at to get to the point where he makes a mistake and shoots at Zeke? I give it to you first, T-Strings. Who do you think Kane is shooting at?
I think he's shooting at. For some reason, I think he's trying to get Trace out the way, because I think Trace is he trying to set him. I think he's trying to put himself in a position to get him and Tyreek out the way. Just really unsure of how to do it, because this whole new life is sort of foreign to him. So I'm thinking that it may be Trace. I don't know.
Larry, who you got on the ticket?
I think he was going to try and shoot at. I think he was thinking he was going to be shooting at Tariq, except when instead of shooting at Tariq, it was going to be Zeke rolling through the door. And when Professor Megram sees that Zeke is about to get shot, she's going to go do a Whitney Houston bodyguard and jump in front of him, and boom, she's going to get shot. I'm saying that's what it's gonna be right there. That's what it's gonna be. She's gonna do a full-on Whitney Houston, Kevin Costner bodyguard, stretching out.
Is it gonna be in slow motion?
He might be in slow motion right there.
Here you go, Dragon T-String. Well, I guess if that happened, I won't have to listen to y'all talk about locks and keys no more. If that happens, damn it. You know what? But no, they're not going to kill Professor Megram. They're not going to kill her. Oh, here we go, man. See, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is why this show don't last longer than an hour. I know y'all crave more content from us, but I can't with this type of ignorance. That is a professor of education, and these fools want to pull out lock and key all the time. And Muchella ain't with us tonight. She the main troll that be clicking locks and keys all down here in the comment section. But in all honesty,
Professor
I think see, here we go. And then you see how he like to unlock it and it go green as if she's some kind of robot. Now you got Brandon Turner in here putting up, man, I'm dead. I think that Kane is shooting at Little Guap and is going to miss Little Guap, and somehow or another he's going to hit Zeke. That's what I feel about it. That's what I think.
Oh no, maybe he'll miss and he'll hit Monet since they're all up there for the game. Ooh, maybe even worse. Maybe it'll feel terrible because maybe it'll be Diana coming through the door, and he'll pop his sister, and now all of a sudden he's messed up in the head.
Man, if it's hard,
Cooper Sacks.
It's hard for me to see how. It's hard for me to see how they could weave into this story the trauma that will be caused if he shoots a family member, even including Zeke, because that's going to be drama.
Oh, he's
And
gonna be all the way off on the deep end.
see, Larry, look at this mess, man. Nita the diva, and you know what, Nita, I be trying to help you out, man. I be
Kindle's on there
telling
with
people
it.
to subscribe to your channel. Somebody was asking me the other day, do I know anyone who reviews The Real Housewives? I said, yeah, the homegirl, Nita the diva. Go check her out. She does
There
a
you
good
go.
damn job. But I didn't tell them to go to your channel and start throwing up locks and keys. You know what I'm saying? And you get up.
Hit me up if you review the Housewives. It depends on which Housewives you review. If you're reviewing the Atlanta chicks or the Potomac's about over with now. You're gonna have to hit me and Lamont up so we can come on your channel and talk about some Atlanta Housewives. Because I admit it, I like those train wrecks. I like them.
Oh well, Larry, you
train wrecks.
Larry, you have to watch. You have to watch the Utah one. I promised Nita I would come on her channel to talk about the Utah, because that is the greatest train wreck you ever seen since the 1980 gold rush. That is a train wreck, man, waiting to happen. So, you know, we will be on your show, Nita, to talk about those housewives. And that's all I got for y'all. I think he's shooting that little guap. Larry, what you got in closing? What you reviewing for the people to look at?
Yeah, man. Just you know what? I got
man,
another hoodie in. I got a hoodie in that I'm gonna review.
Okay.
I love people. You know, I told myself, somebody offered me a hoodie. I was like, you know what? You can never have too many hoodies. So I reviewed it, and somebody sent me another one. So I'm gonna review that. I have someone sent me a little digital camera and some face mask and a battery charger, some stuff. Someone sent me a coffee grinder. Let me see if this is what I actually already finished reviewing it today. They sent me a coffee grinder. So I put that in the kitchen because my wife was like, where's my coffee grinder? So other than that, man, I just nothing too exciting. I do have a wireless microphone set that's coming in. The guy told me today he's going to ship it out today. So it's a wireless mic set that looks like it's going to be pretty dope. It's an upgrade to one that I already have. And tomorrow I'm supposed to get this thing called Tentacle. It's a Tentacle track sync from a company called Tentacle. And then they're also sending me a Tentacle sync. It's a way that it's an audio recorder. It's about that big, and it lets you record for like 10 hours on it. And you can sync it up with your camera, so your audio and your video are always in sync. And it's kind of cool because it's got this technology called 32-bit float. So, you know, sometimes if you don't have your mic set right, you can sound all distorted and terrible. Mm-hmm. Well, this audio recorder has it set up so you can basically never be distorted. You always can pull your audio back down or pull it up if you're too low. So it's dope. It looks like it's gonna be real cool. I'm kind of excited for that one.
No doubt. Y'all subscribe to my man channel. Check him out. T-Streams, what you got going on for the people to look forward to, look out for?
Man, you know, well, we got a few things. Most of our stuff right here is we're doing some local stuff here. Right now we're bracing for this little Arctic blast that's coming through. So I got a chance to sit in the house and relax for a couple of days. But I'm definitely, you know, I got so much stuff around here, man, that I supposed to have been done videos on long time ago. And I might actually just get a chance to set aside and put a few videos together. I got plenty of stuff around here for it. That's for sure.
Hey, get on it, brother. I mean, all three of us was doing tech not too long ago. And so, I mean, hey.
Look at that. Kindle 252 coming through.
Let me see here. Kendall, let me find a video for you. I appreciate it.
Well, here's this, Lamont. He's talking about Great Jobs Kings. And there was one place where we know that there were multiple kings
at the
same time. And that is Wakanda, because we had Killmonger, the rightful ruler of Wakanda, up there, while T'Challa was still running around cheating, trying to stay alive. So I'm just saying, if you're talking about kings, we cannot forget Killmonger, the rightful ruler.
Kendall,
of Wakanda.
this is for you and Larry. Damn it.
Yeah, go ahead and burn all that.
My king, we cannot do that. It is our tradition.
When I tell you to do something, I mean that shit. Burn it all!
There you go.
And Larry, while you was caking up for the non-rightful king of Wakanda, Nita the Diva was trying to figure out how she could transfer data from phone to computer. So Nita, you see this chip I got in my hand? You can take the SD card right out of your phone, pop into this chip, and you can pop this chip right into your computer, transfer all your drives. Simple.
It depends on what kind of phone she has, though.
I'm sure her phone's got a chip in it.
Well, she has an iPhone. It doesn't. iPhones don't have removable storage.
That's a good point. So Nita, if you got an iPhone, it ain't gonna work. You're probably gonna have to get. I use. Well, if you got an iPhone, it just transfers seamlessly. And
if you have an iPhone and a Mac, you just simply go ahead and plug it in. You can just do
AirDrop. AirDrop.
You can do AirDrop, or you can plug it in and you can use what is that? There's another app that you can use actually. We can scroll and see all your files and just drag and drop them. So she has an iPhone. Yeah, hit me up. I can try and walk you through something to get it set up.
Yeah, get you straight on that.
Yeah.
And because I do not want to lose my savvy with Android, that's why I refuse to get an iPhone. I got everything else Mac, but I ain't getting an iPhone. Nope.
I mean, it's hard because there are some, I have them both, and there are some things I love about both of them and some things I hate about both of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I feel you.
You know.
So having said that, ladies and gentlemen, what
do you use, T-Streams?
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm Android all day. You know what? Say, look here. I'm gonna tell you how hard it is for me, man. I tried. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have an iPad where I'm following on with you guys here. All right. But I can't fool with the iPhone. You know, I mean, I would get irritated with it, just like, God, why would they make this piece of crap? I see why Android fixed it. And I'm gonna tell you how frustrated I was with the phone, man. I lost my iPhone in Home Depot, and I got back and I was like, hey, where's my phone now? Lost it at Home Depot. Man, it didn't even bother me. I was like, okay, that was a sign that God said, leave iPhone alone.
He didn't even look for it. He didn't even look. He left it out there like it was a redheaded stepchild.
It was gone. I was like, all right.
What version of iPhone was that?
Man, this was a while ago. I think this was like a 7 or something.
Oh man,
bro.
Yeah, I could. I just really didn't. I wasn't feeling it. And then
this is the first year I haven't upgraded my phone.
I'm just an Android person.
So Larry, you got the new joint.
No, this is the first year I have not updated my iPhone. Normally I get a new iPhone every year. I've done that. I think since
I
think I've done that since the iPhone 4. I think it is.
Them special Negroes.
I went from the 4 to the 5 to the 6 Plus to the 7 Plus, and then I think I skipped the 8 and I went to the 10, and then I went to I think I skipped the 10s and went to the 11 Pro Max, which is what I have now. But I guess I'm skipping the 12, and part of it is because when I looked at the iPhone 12 Pro and Pro Max, the only thing I really wanted on there that was different were the cameras. And then I had to really think about it, are the cameras on this thing worth $1,400? And
right.
And then Larry, I started thinking, I was like,
damn,
I can get a real camera for $1,400 instead of an iPhone camera, a phone camera. So I just decided I think I'm gonna skip it this year. And
hell, you could get the M1. You could damn near get the M1 Pro for $1,400, to be honest with you.
Well, You know, part of it is too is that like normally what they used to do with the iPhones is the iPhone Pro Max, like the Max and the Pro were the same phone. One was just smaller. And this year they actually separated it out where the 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max have different hardware. Like the hardware in the 12 Pro Max is actually better as far as the cameras. And I didn't want two big phones again this year because I have the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. That's my big phone, but I also have the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is another big phone. So I was hoping, the 11 Max. I said 12, 11 Max, and I wanted the smaller.
Are you fancy?
iPhone.
He wanted those special Negroes. He wanted those special Negroes. He probably already done seen Wonder Woman. Him and Pear Wait, E-Man, all them. Yang Yang.
Oh, here you go.
All the movies. Special phones, special movies. They get T-Springs. I got to hang out with you so I can feel like I'm amongst friends because I don't get nothing.
Oh man,
I don't get nothing.
Yeah, you are due for an upgrade, man, because that old iPhone you have, your iPhone, I feel is like 5 years old. I mean, your Android is like 5 years old, man.
Man, look, I'm running that thing to every wheel and spoke fall off of it. It's the 7. It's the 7, and I'm running it till it falls apart. I might go ahead and get the M1 MacBook Pro though, just so I can get my stuff to render faster. But even then, I'm thinking about holding out because there's been so much talk that Mac is going to be doing a better Pro maybe around June. They're going to be releasing one with the new M1 processor. So I might just hold out till June.
Yeah.
That's a long time to hold out, man. That's half a year.
Well, hell, I've been running this computer since that hotel caught on fire when me and you done them YouTube. So I mean, if I done ran this long, I can run for another 6 weeks. I mean, another 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, I was surprised. I didn't realize. I checked the data on my computer. I was like, I've had this laptop for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
And I mean, time flies with computers because computers are one of those things. Is like I'm not trying to update my computer every year.
No.
You know?
Hell no.
I mean, I'm trying to get a new computer like maybe once. Like usually when I get a new computer is when I start getting notifications saying that my app's no longer supported because the hardware gets too old. That's when I start saying, okay, I need to update my computer.
Exactly.
And I know that's going to happen soon because Apple already said we're switching everything over to the Apple ARM chips, which means in like another probably year and a half to 2 years, all these apps that are on Mac OS, they're just going to start in the Intel chips.
Yeah, the Intel chips, exactly.
Yeah.
And did you go ahead and update the Big Sur on your Apple?
Not yet. I need to, but every time, you know what the problem is? Every time I get ready to update it, I have stuff I need to edit. Okay. And I don't want to update it right before I have stuff to edit because I don't want any issues with my Final Cut and everything else. So I'm like, I need to get all my stuff that's backlogged finished. Yeah. And finished up, and then I can do the update.
Man, do it. It runs a little smoother. The graphics are a little better. I think you'll like it. It's a good update, but
I've heard that.
It's a great update, man. I like it. And that update is another thing that's keeping me from buying the new computer because I like the way this update looks. So check it out. But
so I'm curious, are either one of you guys going to get those new AirPods, the AirPods Max, AirPod Pro, or was it AirPods Pro Max or whatever it is?
Nope.
No. I wonder if anybody in the comment section is going to get those things or already has them there because those were $549, something like that.
The only way I'm gonna get them if somebody emails me and tells me they want me to review them. Because somebody hit me today and asked me would I review their website that sells Beats by Dre, and they'll give me a free pair of Beats. I said, hell yeah, send them on. Send them on, and I'll review them. So other than that, no, I won't be doing that. But
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's too much, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here Friday night at 8:30. I'm going to go on for 20 minutes on the J Mo Show, and then me and Larry will be back in business at 9 o'clock. We'll give you our power preview. We'll give you our Shameless preview. Hopefully T-Strings will be able to come back because it looks like he's about to be snowed in. And then we'll
We
let you
got
guys
snow out here today.
Yeah, we got some freezing rain. So be
Okay.
safe, mask up, and until that
Yeah.
next Sex is Hell video. We'll see you.
We out.
Peace.